All right, y'all, what is going on? This is Common Sense Over Nonsense. All right, y'all, I'm Mr. 507.
I am Bo Smith.
And I am Sam Bug Jones on the microphone on the ones and twos and the twos and views.
All right, y'all, today's topics are going to be a few. We're going to talk about toxic relationships. You know, I heard about something that went on in the news earlier this week. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the movie Straw. I saw 5 minutes and got pissed off already watching the damn movie. 5 minutes, okay? So anyway, we're going to talk about that.
507 angry!
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that, baby. We're going to talk about the B.E.T. Awards, music, all kind of topics we got for you today. You know what I'm saying? But one of the first topics I want to talk about, you know, is the toxic relationships. There was something on the social media this week where, you know, it was about a couple that pretty much you know, was going together. It was back and forth and everything, and they happened to they had a disagreements. They've been together back. They just back and forth. They were just toxic for each other, and It ended, man, crazy. The man ended up shooting his wife and whatever they were, and then he shot himself.
Wow.
I was like, golly, man. And they had children they left behind, you know. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, my goodness, man. You know, what is it? And this ain't the only time this has happened. You know, what is it nowadays that got, you know, and it's mostly the men that's tripping.
Yeah.
You know, what got these dudes going crazy at it over these women, man? I mean, if it's over with, it's over with. You can't make nobody be with you. Mm-hmm. I mean, what gives you the right to think that you mine? I mean, they literally mean that.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Man. Let me tell you something. You can't be selfish about that. When it's over with, a divorce, a marriage, you can't be selfish about it. You can't be cowardly about it. Blowing your brains. That's not gonna help nothing. Mm-hmm. Then if you got kids, then what about them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, man. I mean, you're that upset, man. Just walk away. Just be gone for a little bit, get your head clear, do whatever you got to do, man, to get over the situation, move on. And I know, man, from experience, I've been hurt myself more than once. And I'm trying to tell you, I done been there for the ladies and did this, did that, and in the end, it wasn't even appreciated, you know? And then you think to yourself, man, what a waste of time. Yeah, you mad, you angry, but I can tell you about a relationship I was in once before, but I'm going to come back around to that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let Boss go ahead and get his elaboration on that. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I know the exact story that you're talking about. And yeah, bro, in a few words, man, it's a crying shame. Absolute crying shame, man. But the lesson here is, whether you're Mr. or Mrs. Nice Guy or Mr. and Mrs. I don't take no shit. Everybody has their breaking points.
Exactly. Exactly, dude.
And as an adult, as a grown-up, you got to know what that breaking point is. It's different levels for different people.
Exactly.
Just depending on upbringing, sometimes maybe depending on genetics. But yeah, man, but these two people, they kept on going back to each other. And yeah, it was just toxic all the way through.
Yeah.
Toxic from beginning to end.
Yeah. Didn't you say that the family members even told them they shouldn't even be together?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. When your family's telling you to let go, you need to listen.
Yeah.
They out of my business. I mean, I understand that, but hey, sometimes you might listen to the outside source sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's better to co-parent than to stay together in drama for the kids' sake.
Thank you, man. Look, man.
Too many people don't realize that.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. From my personal experience, you know, and I'm not trying to bring up anything, but there were times I was upset with my kids' mom. You know what I just did? I said, you know what? I'm just gonna back up a little bit and cool off.
Right.
You know, there's no need for that. You don't want them seeing you in that kind of spotlight, man. Man, they don't want to have nothing to do with you later. Mm-hmm. Remember they tried to pick your mom with one hand, man, you threw her across the yard? You know, I'm just saying, I don't want to be like, damn, oh no, man, you did, man. You picked up mom with one hand and you threw her across the yard, man. Then you suplexed her in the driveway. Man, get the fuck out of my face, you loser. You know. I'm just saying things like that, man. I mean, you don't want that kind of activity your kids remember.
No, I would hope not.
Because they have a lot of resentment, man. It might have been, you know what? Don't get me, I'm not trying to say I chauvinistic. It might have been a mom fault why the dude stabbed. But in the kid's eyes, he don't see that.
Well, in this scenario, yeah, like it was said, man, they talk bad about each other online.
Yes.
They cheated on each other.
That was enough right there.
Inside and outside the house.
That was enough right there.
All that bull crap going on, and airing they dirty laundry, man, for everybody to see. That's the biggest part of how we know about this story.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they put it online for everybody to know, for everybody to see right before he quote unquote unalived her. And it didn't have to be that way.
Right.
And it kind of reminds me loosely of another story. A young rapper out of Dallas, called himself Little Loaded. Yeah, Little Loaded. He had a fledgling rap career and was starting to be known. But just at the time he was starting to be known, you know, like a lot of these young cats and stuff, they might say, you know, stuff like Snoop said, don't love them hoes and all that. And, you know, don't fall for no B and all the other stuff. And even if he was rapping that, which I don't know, I never really listened to his stuff, but ultimately in the end, from what I heard, Lil Loaded wound up taking his own life. Why did he take his own life? Because he found out that the girl at the time he was seeing was cheating on him.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Your girl cheating on you.
I need another damn drink.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You serious?
Yeah. I mean, R.I.P. the Lil Loaded, man. You know, no disrespect to the young man or the young man's life or legacy, you know, and, you know, for his family and all that. You know, it's a real crying shame.
You know, man, when I was...
I'm giving that as a precautionary tale, because what Lil Loaded has in common with that couple that we're talking about, that where the murder-suicide, where he offed her and then offed himself, is both of them chose a permanent solution for a temporary problem.
Yeah.
It didn't have to go there, y'all.
It didn't. Now, I remember growing up, man, you got laughed at when you cried over a girl. When I was coming up, man, you got talked about bad. Man, you cried over that B, man, put people, boy, you got talked about bad. And let me tell you something, man. I remember hearing that from other dudes. You know, one dude, he was crying one day because he found his girl was cheating on him.
Right.
Got with a dude who had a car. You saw them in the car riding, they were kissing on each other. He said the dude started crying right there at the bus stop.
Oh, damn.
And it's all, what you crying? What's wrong, man? My girl, man. Oh, man, that's messed up, man. Yeah, that is that B. You cried over that?
Yeah.
This is the words. Excuse me, I was about to get blunt.
All right.
He said, you cried over that bitch? Man, fuck that hoe. She had kissed out. What you crying for, man? Man, my girl, man, quit being a bitch.
Wow.
Half day. I mean, but you know what? Those words made you strong.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that, man, watching this stuff. I said, man, that ain't finna be me. That made you just toughen up, man.
Yeah.
I don't think the era of boys don't hear that no more like they used to. You got talked about bad, man. You got talked about bad. Yo, the clown over there, man, you little piece of. I remember a dude in school almost got in a fight over a girl one time, man. My girl, hey man, I didn't know that B was yours. We was in the auditorium.
Wow.
When you was late for class, I had a thing called what's it called back then? You sat in the auditorium when you was late for class.
Oh yeah.
You got late for class, you had to go to the auditorium and sit there for the whole
tardy freeze or tardy sweet.
Yeah, that's what it was. Tardy, that's what it was called.
Tardy sweet.
I remember sitting in tardy suite, but I had one of my homeboys. This other dude, man, some dude with a jerry curl. I used to call him Stoney. He looked like Stoney Jackson. He had a curl, right? So, man, dude talking, no, hey, man, I didn't know it was your girl, man. You want that old B back? I don't care. You remember a piece of P anyway. I'm like, damn.
Wow.
And my other homeboy like, man, chill, dog. Sorry. Yeah, won't she want a piece of pussy? Well, she is. Want that B back? You can have it. I don't care. That's how dudes back then just didn't, they gave it up. You know, now, man, it's dangerous.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta be careful, man. When you be with a woman nowadays, yeah, well, me and my husband was together, and we ain't together no more. Man, you better not go over there. That dude probably down the street watching everything. You know what I'm saying? Wait for the how you know he ain't got over her yet? What's his intentions? You know, you gotta be careful with this stuff, man. I met a woman. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend got back at me, picked up rocks, and he kicked my door down and broke all my windows in the front. You still come over there, you know. Like, what? Shit.
And once again, man, it's about knowing your limitations.
Right.
See, if old boy would have known his limitations, the one who offed his girl, then he would have left that thing a long time ago. And it also leads to mind of different addictions, y'all.
Yeah, you're right.
People have different addictions. There's drug addiction, there's sex addiction, there's gambling addiction, and one that's less talked about, man, but it's just as prevalent. There's drama addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Both him and her addicted to drama. And it happens way more often than we realize.
Yep.
What you take on that, Bud? Go ahead.
Well, I already had my first drink, and I might need another one. But that situation right there, is so sad. When you really think about it, because at the end of the day, you got two kids that don't have parents. You got two kids now that have become overnight orphans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And basically, they wards of the state. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to a situation like that, I had a similar situation like that. Thank God, and I'm thanking God that, nothing more came of what it was. But not only I have to thank God, but I also had to thank this man right here. Because I'm going to tell you my story. It's going to be a short story. I ain't going to make it long. There was this girl that I was involved with. And, we wasn't on the best of terms, she said pretty much F you, and I said F you back and everything, and I pretty much thought the whole damn thing was over. So I decided to go out, with my boy here, to kick it, at this club or whatnot. And, I saw a female out there, that I liked, that was cut for me, and not vice versa. And, decided to ask her for a dance. So we on the dance floor, getting our little boogie on or whatnot and everything. Mm-hmm. And then, the girl that, I had the issues with that, told me F me. And I said F you back. She gonna come in my face and get mad at me, seeing me dancing with another woman. And she putting her finger in my face and all that, you shouldn't be doing all of that and all that kind of stuff. Wow. That totally disrespected me on the publicly. And that's one thing you don't do to a man. And then not only that, she had the audacity and the gall to kick me. That's assault.
Sure is.
And if it wasn't for this man right here, and I'm telling you, that's why I treasure friends like this dude here. He's a friend to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because if it wasn't for this guy here and for God upstairs, I guarantee you I would have caught a case that night. And when it came down to it, I don't know what the hell that was, but we'll keep it moving. But if it wasn't for this guy here and God upstairs, I would be looking at a case that night.
And see, man, I was able to tell him that because of my past experience. Mm-hmm. And that past experience was, I was able to pass it on to him to let him know, man, bruh, stay back. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it in the long run. And I learned that firsthand. And like I said before, you have to know what your limit is. You have to know what your breaking point is. Mm-hmm. Years before that, not that long before that, but I had met a girl, a little bit older, very attractive. But the thing was, she was attractive on the outside, one of those cases, attractive on the outside, but very, very demanding and toxic on the inside. Mm-hmm. And I'll admit, just like any young cat, the physical kept me coming back probably longer than I should have. But the wake-up call was riding in the car one day, and she accused me of looking at some girl at the bus stop. So you looking at that, B? And then all of a sudden I see an arm and a hand headed towards my face. I grabbed that arm and hand before it struck me. I don't remember how hard I was grabbing it, but it went from her trying to regulate a brother to her saying, let go of my arm, you hurt me. And my temper and all that, it just all came to a head, and I told her, said, if you try that mess again, I'm going to do something that you're going to regret.
I'm going to tell y'all something. If this dude said that, now I'm going to tell you, it's one of the coolest guys you'll ever meet, right?
Absolutely.
Now. I've been on this dude since I was 14. I mean, when this man, look, for him to get mad, man, it's like, boy, look here. When he told me that, I was like, what? I was very surprised, man, because this dude is laid back, minds his own business, but man, when enough is enough for him, man. Okay, but at the same time, the breaking point.
Yeah.
And
that was mine right there that I realized.
Yeah.
Even still in that car after I told her that, and we was almost to the house, I knew this ain't like me. That is not my character. anybody that can take you out of your character, you got to reconsider whether you're sticking around with that person.
Get away from it.
Right.
Get away.
Uh-huh.
Run for the hills if you
Get
got
away,
to.
run from the hills. That's what you said before, and that's where my mode switched. It switched from whatever attraction there was and all that to I got to devise an exit strategy to leave this thing and let this thing go.
You gotta know when to get out.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. We say something, bud?
Yeah, let me just say this real
Okay,
quick.
go ahead.
When it comes to situations like that, you have to think, because when it's something like that, when it's emotional like that, because sometimes, when emotions are high, the logic is low. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And before I go even further, you might be wondering why we have a cup here with some straws in here. Straws represent the emotions. You know what I'm saying? You can reach your wits end. And, when you reach your wits end, you only got one straw left, which happened to end up being the final straw. And I know this may be a prelude, what we get ready to talk about next with the movie Tyler Perry put out Straw, but I'm just using this as a metaphor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you get to the point that, you had enough of everything, and you get to the point that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're gonna do something about it. You're gonna do something about it. So you have to think about what you have to lose, because when you're dealing with somebody who have nothing to lose, you're gonna eventually lose everything.
That's right.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised that the guy that killed his girl, then if they were cheating on each other, talking bad about each other, talking reckless about each other and all that, hands were probably put on each other in the past.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Just me being a guest.
No doubt.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of people are scared of being lonely. I believe that's one reason why this shit going. They're scared of being by themselves. They're scared of. They feel like they're losing something big. Something. I'm leaving. No, you not. Mm-hmm. And then next thing you know, it comes to somebody getting shot, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they just that fear of being by themselves, the fear of somebody else. Well, maybe they need to be with somebody else. They're not for you.
Right.
We have to, man, look, I met a woman a long time ago, met at a club. And, she was a good looking woman, I thought she was, had pretty eyes, and everything. And
right.
We got to talking. Well, the next night, man, we got down and dirty, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the next thing, I'm turning to we ended up being cool with each other. We did vibe with each other like it wasn't nothing, But the sex, man, was like the Super Bowl with her. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, each and every time.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you something, man. But looking back on it, that's all it should have been. Cause this woman had issues. Okay, she been married before already, had children already. So it was that's all it was. Then the mistake that I made, I'm just being honest with y'all. For the young cat listening, the mistake I made was getting a relationship with her. The worst one I ever been in.
Mm-hmm. Wow, worst one ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
But before that, when we just, hey, come over here tonight. She'll text me. Come give me a hug. Come on over and see me. Come see me. Open the door with just a little night deal on. Man, I'm up in it all night long. Mm-hmm. We just connected We could just talk about anything and go places, have fun, but we would argue. I call out her name. Mm-hmm. Talk about, well, this and that, And she'll call me 2 days later. You hurt my feelings the other night. I said, Saray, you the one say, well, I'm sorry. Come see me later on. Come see me tonight.
Mind games.
Mm-hmm. Come see me tonight.
Yeah.
I know what that is. You want to make up. I know what it was. I go over there, man. My stuff on the way over there. I'm serious, man. But we stayed around each other for long. But man, she was draining though. I mean, she was a stress to be. I can't do this. I had to get away from her.
Yeah.
Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally draining her.
Mm-hmm.
It was just too much, man. Like she wasn't happy within herself.
Yeah.
So what in the world do you want me to do then? Mm-hmm. But I had to think about this, man. A lot of times people already got issues before you get there.
Yeah.
You can't fix what's wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to, but it's not your job. Mm-hmm. I didn't put you in this. I didn't do that. So in everybody relationships, I need to learn how to get back. Mm-hmm. Deal with that hurt. Find something to go do.
Yeah.
One time I broke up with a girl. I went to a strip club. I think it was me, him. I don't know if you was there, but the rest of the crew guys back in the day we knew. I went to a strip club that night.
Yeah.
Had a ball. I had fun. Okay, I had a good time.
You mean that, though?
I sure did. Got over her ass quick.
Yeah.
Got over it. I had fun, man. You know what I'm saying? I had
Yeah, fun.
yeah. But I got over it.
Yeah.
And I've been with women, man, that give you that give you the headaches and want you to fix their problem. Man, fuck that. You know, you need to be careful who you have a kid with and who you take serious in this world, man.
Yeah.
I don't care how good the sex is, and I say this right now. Some people don't need to have sex. They don't know how to handle it. They don't. Especially some men. You get with a woman got that real good stuff, that warm, milky boy, they're gonna go nuts.
Yeah.
That sunshine, like they said on Harlem Nights.
Yeah, that's right. They'll be sleeping in the bushes at your house. So I called you. I saw you looking at the phone, looking through your window. I called you. You looked at the phone, you put it back on the bed. Why you didn't answer? You sleep, man, be in your bushes watching your ass. Some people just crazy, man.
Yeah.
And you gotta detect that, man. You gotta have radar. You know, do not give your life up for something that's not gonna be around, man.
Yeah.
I don't care, man. It's not worth it, man.
Right.
Like I said, when I was growing up, man, you got laughed at crying over a woman. Over crying over there, man. That stuck with me, and that just made me. When it came to relationship, just all right, man. I deal with it. Yeah, I lost sleep. I wonder how come this, how come that.
Yeah.
But you know, in the long run, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it didn't go that route. Golly, I'm glad, man.
Yeah. That's
Straight up, man, for real.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's not meant for everybody.
Right.
They not. People can't learn that.
Yeah, you gotta understand that, man.
I can't make you be, man, if somebody got a beat on me, man, we fighting and you cheating, I got to go.
Yeah.
Don't be a dumbass and stick around. Now some people say, well, look at some of the old school couples back then, he was together like your grandma. Okay. Now I heard stories. Sometimes your grandparents, well, granddaddy, he always out there cheating. Grandma stayed with this man for 60, 70 years till they died. It was time to go on.
Yeah.
Now, probably because I don't know what the situation was back then.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes some couples did have issues and they worked them out and everything was great. It was good. Man, but if your stuff ain't getting no better, you got to shoot the deuces and get out of there.
Got to. Absolutely.
Exactly, man. Don't stick around for the BS, man. If it's not getting any better, go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're losing your blood pressure going up, you're stressing, and you're not yourself, you got to get up out of there.
Yeah, and if you're even thinking about putting your hands on that person, that like I did, that's time to leave.
Yeah.
That's when I did leave. And thankfully, I haven't struck anybody that I've ever been with. Praise God.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
That was the time that I came the closest. And I know a brother, man. Yeah, he's like a brother. He's a friend, like a brother to us and stuff. But he warned me a long time ago to not ever strike a person. Not ever strike the other person that you're with. Not ever strike a woman, because if you do it that first time, the next time gets a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
So you don't. That's something you don't. That's a road you don't even want to start going down.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope y'all learned something from that right there, and by toxic relationships.
Yeah.
Now, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna pull another straw out of here.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America.
And
Like the people who.
once again, I don't know what the hell that was, but we're gonna keep it moving.
Excuse me.
This movie that came out with Tyler Perry, Straw, starring Taraji P.
Oh my
Henson.
gosh, man.
And like Mr. 507, he said, he saw 5 minutes of it, he's already peed over. So you know what I'm saying? So what I saw at the movie is the same recipe of the damsel in distress of a black woman. The black woman got the whole world on her back. And what I end up getting out of this movie is the same old. It's just like a mix between John Q and Set It Off at the end of the day. So to make a long story short, it always comes down to the black man, particularly a dark-skinned black man is mistreating the leading character of the movie, particularly Tyler Perry movie. And in this case, it was the antagonist was Colonel Taylor from A Different World.
Glenn Turman.
Yeah, Glenn Turman.
AKA Preach.
Yeah.
Cool it high.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool it high, yeah. Okay.
This guy played this role so good.
Yeah, he did.
He played this role so good that even though this was a movie, this man had to get security in real life because he had.
Well, wait a minute.
About
Man, get out of here,
he
dog.
played.
No
Now,
kidding.
What?
it's the same thing that happened with Danny Glover when he played Mister in The Color Purple.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Stop. Hold on, bro. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
That is just a fucking movie.
it is.
You mean to tell me this man had to get real security?
He had to get real security, bro.
God
Wow.
damn. Let me tell you.
Some of these
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
They
Say,
take it serious like that, man.
look, y'all, I saw 5 minutes of that movie. And the point, I was alright, man, turn this shit off. You know, man, I saw 5 minutes. Man, the girl got toxic shit at the job, went to the school, and they called CPS on her. I'm like, man, come on, man. I would have hit the door. Hey, man, look, I would have been went off on somebody. Then I come back, you lost your job. Get your ass out of here. You know, that right there, I'm about to see if I go off with a dude.
Yeah.
Man, you lost your job, get your shit and go. I'm like, you know, I'm like, that was it right there. I was like, that was it right there. Okay, I said, okay. She gonna go out. Man, she coming back. Before she got to the job, the racist ass white dude in her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot you, bitch. Yeah.
The road rage cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she go to the job, and then she come back, shit out in the yard, and that dope fiend looking chick up there, I told you, I'm gonna put you out. You know, I was like, I said, man, that's what I said, okay, that's enough for me right there. I advise everybody not to watch that movie and go out in public. Because I don't know if you go, man, you might fuck somebody up. Oh, excuse me, headbutt somebody, I don't know what I'm saying,
Picking up stuff, man, in the hard rain, man. Shoot.
Oh, man, that was cold, dog.
Stuff all soaking wet. Baby girl medication ruined, man. Doing all that.
Yeah.
I heard about the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I don't know if I can watch it, man. I heard about what happened in the movie later.
Oh man.
I don't know, bro. Man, that's a tough one.
It is.
Damn,
It
but
is.
but Glenn Turman had to get security.
Security.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah, it was.
That's a good act. That's a good act.
That's how you know his ass can act, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling that. I've been fired off jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I've been. Hey, shut up for a minute. Talk shit, man. Good job. All right, shut up. You know why you're in here? I'm like, no. What's going on? Well, you're not making the team. I said, say what? You're not making the team. Oh, you fired me. Yeah. Okay. I'll be calm as hell. Okay. When I get my money? Oh, we got to mail it to you. Okay. May I ask why? Well, like I said, what is making the team? Well, it ain't tell me why. Customer service, call center bullshit, whatever. Hey, y'all, I can tell y'all some stories about me.
Yeah.
I have improved, though. Trust me, 100%.
Greatly. Very much greatly.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but anyway, though,
Yeah.
but when I saw the movie, I watched a few minutes of it, and they was laughing at me, right? They laughing at me, right? Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is too much, man.
Yep.
I mean, ain't no way in the world nobody be that fucking calm after all that, man. I mean, no, man, especially the part in the rain.
We were laughing.
Man.
Me and Bug were laughing at it watching it because the beginning of stuff was like, man, that wasn't even necessary. Went from that to by the time we played that last scene in the rain, he was all like, Hulk smash! Man, he was that man. That's some bullshit.
Oh man.
Well, that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Golly, dog.
Yeah, you know what? Since you mentioned about ridiculous, I'm gonna tell you what's really ridiculous.
What up?
That the BET Awards.
Man, I didn't see it. I heard about it though.
You know
I
what?
didn't
I'm
see it
gonna
on
say
purpose.
this. I'm gonna say this. This just goes to show you how far BET have fallen. Now, when they started the BET Awards in 2000, you know, it was about something. Everybody was on point with the performances, you know, the awards and all that stuff. From 2000 to 2015, it was good. For the last 10 years, it's been ratchet, ghetto, hot ass mess.
Yeah.
And
Indeed.
this past show, they must have got the dress code information early because everybody was pretty much in black tie. Because the previous year, you know, everybody wore whatever, you know, booty, you know, asses just showing, you know, for everybody to see and all that kind of stuff. But it was going good because they recognized 106 in Park and everything like that. And they were playing music in the 90s that, you know, folks can relate to back in the day.
Good shit.
And everything was going good until they got to the part of the show when they was giving out the best Gospel Award. Of all the people to win this award, they gave this award to Glorilla. Glorilla, y'all. I mean, Kurt Franklin, Yolanda Adams, Ty Tribbett. There's many people in the gospel world. They could have got that award. What BET did that night when they gave that award to Glorilla and stuff, it's kind of similar to what happened with the Oscar Awards in 2006 when they gave 3-6 Mafia the Song of the Year, talking about it's hard out here to be a pimp. You know what I'm saying? So what happened with BET is they told the gospel world, here, we're gonna give you Glorilla so you can kiss her butt. That's what it came down to. It was shameful. It was shameful. The BET Awards, particularly that section, need a complete reset, man.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, need a total reset because not just that. I mean, that was the worst of the worst right there. Glorilla won for best gospel album. Okay, yeah, all right.
And they go to let you know, man, that we don't cherish our music no more.
No, we don't.
You know, you had Kirk Franklin giving an award. See, and you know, like I said, man, I don't want to get into talking about church right now, but that go to show you, man, it's all about the money.
Yeah.
The Glorilla is the I guess I would say top female artist right now for us hip hop. So that's why not merge with her on a church song and give her the award. That's what it's all about. Y'all heard the other songs she talk about.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how she gonna turn around? That tripped me out, man.
And see, that wasn't the only offense that they committed that night. Now, all these female athletes, Simone Biles, Coco Gauff, Clarissa Shields, but they give the Sportswoman of the Year to some Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm. The AKA Black Barbie herself.
Yeah, Black Barbie. Gave that to her. I don't think Angel, I mean, I ain't hating on her, man, but she didn't accomplish the stuff that any of those other three that I mentioned.
Like you said, man, it's the BET Awards.
Yeah.
That's why nobody takes that shit serious.
Yeah, and another reason why they don't take it seriously because of, who's running BET now. Because back in the day, when BET started, it started with a black man.
Robert Johnson.
Mm-hmm. And then when he sold it to Viacom, it got sold a couple of other times. Now it's sold to Paramount Plus. So pretty much, the only thing you see on BET nowadays is a bunch of Martin reruns and Tyler Perry movies.
Oh, they've been showing that. It's been on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been showing it when Vibe. I think he sold the company for what, $1 billion? And it was so funny. Him and his wife got divorced.
Yeah.
And he had to split it with him. He had to go half down the middle with him. So them companies don't give a shit about showing that was like before that. Yeah, Tavis Smiley on there doing this thing, which was a good show at one point. Tavis Smiley. They had Video Soul, Video Vibrations. Yeah. Then you had Rap City. Then come 106 and Park. So you had the show that was representing back then. Now, man, nobody wants to. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Martin was a good show and all, but come on, man, we done seen it already.
Yeah.
Reruns, and that's what I'm talking about. They're not going to cherish the black culture.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and while you mentioning the shows back in the day, I cannot go on, without mentioning this lady here. She recently passed. That's Ananda Lewis, who used to be
Teen Summit,
the host of Teen Summit.
And
she recently passed, just 52 years old. And, she was a VJ of that show.
She was.
We want to send condolences to her family, her husband, and her son, and everything as they deal with this sudden loss.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, when it comes to the award shows for our people, I quit fooling with the BET Awards for a little while now. And if I check out any now, it's Soul Train Awards and particularly NAACP Image Awards. They're the ones that kind of show positivity and all that. But BET Awards, to me, they over-sexualize our women and, far as representation of the black man, that is beyond deplorable.
Well, this is what it came down to, bro. This is what it came down to. Like I said, man, this is a prime example of, like I said, not keeping the tradition going, man. I saw the BET Awards last year, had all the females on there. They had Sexy around there like she was just I just shook my head the whole thing, man.
Yeah.
For real. I was like, oh my gosh, man,
Uh-huh.
really.
They had black men with beards and dresses on.
I didn't get that far.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get
Yeah.
that far. I'm glad I didn't. I'm seeing that shit. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
And if you want to talk about toxicity, I know we mentioned it earlier, but there was this podcast featuring two people who have absolutely. Let me get that cup. I need to pull a straw out of here. There's two people who have absolutely no business talking about relationships, and that is NFL quarterback Cam Newton and R&B singer, sometimes country singer, K. Michelle. Now, these two people,
I saw
you
that.
might well sum this whole conversation up like this. It's the blind leading the blind. K. Michelle was talking to Cam Newton, talking about, we need men like you who have money to raise black families. But on the flip side, how you going to ask about, raising black families from this black man when you said out of your own mouth, K. Michelle, that the only man that made you happy the best wasn't even a black man. It was a white man. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. You date whoever you want to date. You get with who you want to get with, but at the same time,
don't step on us.
yeah, don't talk about us.
That's like what's the lady on the show used to come on with the twins with Tia and Tamara and used to come on Channel 4. It had Tia, Tamara, one of the
Oh, you
twins.
talking about the real?
The real.
Yeah, man.
Well,
What Monty Love?
She talk about the brothers too on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, try to step on the brothers. Come on, man.
And once again, she with a white man. So
Yeah.
what's the deal?
Yeah.
What part of the game is this?
You can't base your experience on the rest of the brothers out here. Okay, there's some good men out there, some good ones. Okay, there's some good black men out there. But don't because you with a white man think you got it made now. Because hey, let me tell you something. People are people. Okay, so turn around and say, well, black man, boy, I remember hearing that, and I said, you know what, man, you to me, man, how dare you sit up here and say that? When now you got all these black men who did all these accomplishments and raising families right now as we speak, and always did a lot of good things, and you got there to try to step on them because one bad experience. Maybe I don't know, whatever it was.
Well, from the Janet Jacksons to the Halle Berrys, some of the people that they married that did them the worst weren't black men.
It's true.
And the bottom line of
A
it
lot of
all
time-
is
and a
this,
lot of-
man. The bottom line of it all is this. They didn't realize, well, I figure they didn't realize, but some of them don't realize the Monty Loves of the world and all that. Trifling ain't got no color, y'all.
Facts.
Yeah, showed up.
If you're attracted to a trifling ass brother, you're gonna be attracted to a trifling ass white dude. And it's gonna end the exact same way.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That is it. Yeah. So, well, on another note, like I said, I haven't checked out the rest of the movie Straw yet. But Glenn
You gonna check it
Turman,
out, bro?
I don't know yet. Glenn Turman, watch your ass, bro. Yeah, I'm saying, watch your ass. You might need to call up Coach Cheeks to help you out, man. I don't know. So yeah.
Coach Cheese out.
Yeah.
They pull Coach Cheese out the grave.
Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But boy,
That's crazy, man. Shoot, going after him, man. That's some good acting. On one side. And shoot, man, another side, I know another Tyler Perry film. One of my favorite actresses out there, sister actresses, is Sanaa Lathan. Yeah, I like her stuff. She's a good actress and everything, man. But bruh, I know she's a good actress, man.
Family That
because
Prays.
her role on the Family That Prays, I couldn't.
Oh man, look at her.
Oh, yeah.
I was when that dude
stand up, bruh.
when he hit her,
Yeah, hit over
throw the
there,
cat, I was
that
clapping.
counter.
I was. Hey, wait a minute.
I was too.
I was clapping on that. I was clapping.
Yeah.
Man, look, me and this cat went to go see dead presidents back in the day.
Oh,
We went to go see dead presidents. Boy, the Department of Rent State was coming home, and he saw the dude Cuddy coming from the apartment.
Yeah.
He said, "Boy, said, hey, Big Bad Marine, how you doing?" He said, I know what you're thinking, man. I was dropping a little cash off on Juanita. Stay the fuck away from my family. He said, "Excuse me? You heard me. Stay the fuck away from my family." Hey, look, young blood, I ain't the enemy. So, I'm gone. He turned around, cut it, hit him. The rent's taking care of the falls down the stairs and shit, right? Put out that Chrome 45. Yeah, did she suck on it? Fuck you, suck on it? Go ahead and suck it. suck it, you know that. And he, Lorenz Tate started crying because he was hurting.
Yeah.
What he said about old girl, man, go back upstairs.
Because that's how he found out.
Yeah, she was pregnant too.
Yeah.
So man, he tried to dub him up. He said, and she said after arguing, he said, "Who baby is that?" And she couldn't say nothing. He said, "It don't matter who baby it is. You know what? You know, she just talking shit to him. You won't do this, man." He grabbed her by the throat. Man, I was like, hell yeah! I started clapping that movie. And as soon as I did that, and man, I got some other brothers in the theater. Got it with me.
I remember that. I was in the theater watching that with him, man. Boy, when Lorenz Tate carried the grand old girl, my boy here, yeah. Man, other cats in the theater started clapping their hands, man. It was like we were watching a sitcom in the live studio audience, man. So many brothers was doing it. Yeah. Man, you get your sisters in there.
I'm just saying, man. Man have been to the war, come back, man, got no money. Trying to raise a family, she talking shit. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
They just got knocked down the stairs by a pimp. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? He got there to be talking shit to her. See why he choked her ass. Yeah. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah. But nah, man, but like I said though, man, but don't step on the brothers. Come on. Come on, man. I gotta disagree with that, what they saying about us.
Yeah.
That'd be the one. White dudes probably the ones use them anyway.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this. You know, have you noticed? I'm sure everybody has. You know, who's been a fan of Tyler Perry or whatnot. Of the 30 years career that he has, with every movie, every TV show, every play that he put out, why is it that every single relationship or marriage ends up with somebody cheating on somebody else?
That's how he make his money.
Yeah, that's how he make his money.
He ain't finna change that story.
Yeah.
Women like that shit.
Yeah. Every single movie he puts out, you know, is always a man cheating, or sometimes it could be a woman cheating. I remember that movie he put out, the Temptation.
Oh yeah, with Journey Smollett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This woman had everything going on. Man had a man going to work.
But it was the truth though.
Yeah.
But it was the truth though. He put in that movie though. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the chicks, man, they didn't dig how that movie ended.
Yeah.
It was the truth.
They're like, why they have to end like that?
That's the truth.
That actually happens.
Man, that's how it go down.
Yeah.
That dude loved that woman, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he was trying to meet a rich dude he thought was more exciting. And everything, man, he said something. She said, I ain't seen him in a while.
You're so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was something wrong with that.
I have heard women talk about being who he's too nice. What the hell?
Yeah.
You a fucked up. You crazy.
Yeah.
This thing got to super kick your ass. You be all right.
Wasn't that what the disgruntled teacher told you one time?
What's that?
Yeah, man. Like, dude, he was. You could tell, man. He was at his wits' end with whoever he was seeing. Talking about, man.
Oh man, look her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my college teacher Mr. B. Man, Mr. B back in high school was cool as hell, man.
He was a well-loved substitute.
Yeah, cool as hell, man. Had a little fro shag or whatever hairstyle it was, and he was kind of stocky, you know, man. So I had a part-time job, and I was in school work. Mr. B worked there too, man. So man, when this old badass woman come to the line, oh man, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And Mr. B, I said, yeah, man, I was stacking on groceries, and I got Mr. B hooked up. I said, yeah, man, this my teacher, man, Mr. B. Oh, you a teacher? Yeah, you know, I just do this part-time work. Oh, yeah. I said, why don't you go get a number, Mr. B? Yeah. Man, they say number right there.
Wow.
He said, what do you say, man? Appreciate that, thank you. You know,
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, Mr. B was a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Mr. B years later after school. Years later.
Right.
Saw him at a Pep Boys. Getting something done on my ride. And he coming in, hey, what's up, dude? Of course, over time, man, he ain't got the shag no more. He rocking a body like I was, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So how you doing, man? Yeah, man. Me and Mr. B was out there talking for 2 hours.
Wow.
This ain't the Mr. B. I knew some of the shit he was saying.
Man.
Man, this dude got to talking about, man, yeah, man, I was telling about these women, man, they ain't shit. They ain't shit. I'm like, what the? How about Mr. B was a peaceful man, you know what I'm saying? You have to talk about women ain't shit. They don't care nothing about you. They don't love you. They don't love you. That's how you talk.
Yeah.
They don't love you. They don't care about you. You grab a pipe, hit them in the face, put their hand on them. They love you. They ain't going nowhere. They don't love you. Shit, they don't care nothing about you. I'm like, hey, damn, Mr. B, who the fuck you done been with? You know? So Man, we out there talking, man. This dope fiend chick come up to him, right?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, come here. Who are you? Why you acting all funny? You used to be a teacher in my school. I said, I said, no, I don't know you. Come on, baby. Why you acting like that? Now get off me. Go on now. Go on somewhere before you get in trouble. Why you acting like that? Come here. Okay. I'll see you later on. No, you know I just got out. Tell you I just got out.
I don't know you.
Oh yeah.
Sure he doesn't know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sure he doesn't know.
So man, I'm sitting there like, I'm like, damn, you know, I don't know who she is, man. But she said, I don't know her. I was like, all right, okay, man, because he was so anyway, man. So, man, I don't know what Mr. B at, man. I hope he all right, though. That was years ago. That was like about maybe 11, 12 years ago when I saw him last, man. You know, but I was like, man, just listening to him talk.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Mr. B, this ain't you, bro. Because he was married, and he said he got divorced, you know. And I was like, oh, man, golly, dog. So, man, you know, on another note, before we close out, I got to tell you this one last story. White guy I used to know. Man, look here. He said his dad got him in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I said, what happened? Well, one night we were watching a TV show, you know, and it was a Dave Chappelle special we was watching. And my dad liked this episode, so I remember laughing so hard he was turning red, man, you know?
Yeah.
And he looked at me and said, hey, I want you to tell your aunties that next time you see them. Okay, you sure? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, tell them next time you see them. Okay. So the aunts come over. Right?
Okay.
Aunts come over and everything. He's walking on. Hey, come here. What is wrong with you? Did you see your aunt sit here? Yeah, okay. Well, tell them good evening. Okay. Evening, bitches. Evening, bitches. He said, next thing you know, man, I get hit so hard, man. I thought my face was on fire. My mom slapped the shit out of me. I said, where's my lips? I can't feel my lips. And so she grabbed me by the shirt and cussing me out. Who told you to say that shit? Was that your dad? No. Who was it? Sounds like I'm hitting you. I don't care. It was Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle told it. She stitched on. He said, Dave Chappelle. He just stitched on Dave Chappelle. He said he was watching Dave Chappelle's the episode with Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
He said, tell your aunts. Told him to tell his aunts evening bitches.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said when they got home, he said, remember mom and dad arguing damn near all night. And he called him, let me tell you something. What are you talking about? You told him to call me. Hey, it was a fucking joke. Who cares about your horse sisters anyway? Don't you call my sister horse? Yeah, they just going back and forth. His dad got mad, started breaking shit. Talking about, you a horrible dad. You know what? No, you get out of this house. What you can do? It was funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, man, when I heard this shit, I was laughing so hard, bro. Evening bitches.
Wow.
You imagine tell your aunts that when you was a kid, man?
No. Not my aunts.
Yeah.
For real.
Hey, come here and say hello to your auntie. Yeah, okay. Evening, boy. Look out, man. Oh, my goodness.
No doubt.
I still have the red mark on my face now. From the slap I get.
Yeah.
You would have survived it. Yeah.
Already. But with that being said, you know, we almost get ready to run out of time. But we just want to say this to you before we get up out of here. This is going to be after this show here. We're going to take a little mini break because of the holiday coming up and everything like that. But we will be back the week after the 4th of July. We'll be back. Because we got some business we got to attend to. You know, we got to dot some I's and cross some T's and whatnot and everything. But we will be back, y'all. And before we get up out of here, when y'all comment, please press that, give us a thumbs up and tell us where y'all from, okay? Because, we get love everywhere. And, we want to know where we getting the love from. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm Sam Bug Jones. I'm going to leave the final thoughts to the players.
Yeah, man, shoot. Final thoughts, man. Shoot. In any relationship, if it's going bad, leave your straws in the container. Don't let it get to being the last straw. That last straw, it's a doozy, bro. So anyway, man, on behalf of Bug Jones, Mr. 507, I'm Boss Smith. Shout out to the Vineyard and shout out to the brother in H-Down, Fat Larry.
Fat Larry!
Yeah.
We got you, bro.
Mr. Swack.
All right, y'all. Remember to take care of yourself and take care of business. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.